So I'm trying to get better with real time relay of the word of the day. And I don't mean that, in a pastoral sense, preachers be like the word of the day, but I mean literally like a word. Um, because, I love language and words, but whatever. And, as I was watching a video this morning, I was actually taking a course. It's a video for a course that I'm taking on effective listening. And one of the things that they were talking about is about questions and, you know, how we question and, things of that sort and just questions in general. And I took a look at the word questions. Um, and kind of reverse that. And if you look at the word question, it also translates into quest ion, the ion quest. um and really getting down into the conversation about what an ion actually is, that's a whole nother conversation. But the ion quest, as in what quest am I on? um the quest that I am on, if I have defined it. But what quest am I on if it's in the form of a question? And I'm still asking myself, as I oftentimes, just me personally, find myself doing that in this self discovery process, right? I guess it's ironic, but not, that it's a self discovery process, which is um, about traveling, discovering something. You actually have to experience it, you have to explore it, you have to travel through it. And a quest is the same thing. So, something that you go forward to do. Um, and so, really looking at that in a way to be able to help further define for myself, and maybe, that it will help somebody else on this self discovery process. And that is what you are on, like I am on. Being on the self discovery process as a prelude to healing, self healing, self transformation. Um, but yeah, the Ion quest. What quest am I on? What quest are you on? What quest are we on? If we understand, or, the understanding that I have, like I was saying before, is that we're on a quest of something that we have to experience. On this experience, we're all going through something, right? Um, Whatever it is, good, bad, ugly, indifferent, but you will never not be going through something as long as you exist. We are constantly in motion in some type of way. Um, Most of the time it's without awareness, just because we are so, have become so repetitious with our motions, that it's just like we don't really pay attention to the fact that we are in the process of this. Like, this is us. We are this motion. Um, but for myself, taking some time to pause my motion and really myself, equipped myself also for the rest of this quest, because it's ever unfolding. And I guess, as it's ever unfolding and you never know what the next pieces are going to be, the best thing you can do is equip yourself for being on a quest, whatever that might look like for you. Um, but I know for me, it's helping me to further define what kind of quest I want to be on, in any aspect of my life, whether it be a professional aspect. What kind of path do I want to be on career wise? What kind of quest do I want to be on in my romantic life? What kind of path do I want to be on, um, you know, with my partner? What kind of life do I want us to live? What kind of path do I want to be on as I, am of my maternal aspect of my life as I'm mothering my children? What kind of path am I on? What kind of path do I kind of want to create or leave for them, right? But really, using it as a tool, because I feel like, on this quest, um, and choosing one, the best thing that I guess you can do is kind of be prepared or equip yourself for whatever that is. And if you define what that is to um, and get the tools in order to do that successfully and to the best of your ability. You know, seeing what tools you do have already in your toolbox to actually go forward in this quest. It's like if you were traveling anyway, you wouldn't go, even when you go to the store, you usually take money or you take your purse with you. If you go far, you take a bigger bag with more stuff in it, you know. But really looking at what's in your bag and if it's, you know, your toolkit and if it's going to allow you to be successful on this quest, on this journey, um, as long as we are experiencing it. And then looking at the tools, if I don't have them, if I can go and get them, you know, because we're in a time and space now that so much is available at our fingertips once we kind of define what it is we're actually looking for, where we are going, um, which is all individual. You know, I had to really look at that and be okay with that to a certain degree because we are a part of this bigger collective that kind of all like shifts together in this like group behavior. Um, and if you don't behave like the group, then you are not acceptable. Um, but really looking at myself as an individual and where I am on this quest. And as an individual, I'm in the process, like I'm middle age. I'm in the process of a lot of shifts, you know. I'm shifting through a lot of experiences. You know, I am a middle aged person who is going through um, a lot of transitions. Things are changing. You know, I am a mom, I am a wife, I am a daughter, I am a granddaughter, but a lot of things are shifting. Like my grandmother is leaving me and my kids are aging and I'm aging, but I have younger kids now. Like a lot of things are shifting, right? I'm shifting. I'm going from, you know, being a younger woman who had less responsibilities to now I'm middle age and pretty soon I'm going to be having grandkids and that comes with a whole different level of responsibility according to me as I'm on my quest of, you know, a matriarch journey. That's something I define for myself. Not everybody define that and what that looks like for me. Um, because I am a mother with a line of daughters behind me who will then in turn have children. Um, and so on my quest of that, you know, um, really defining for myself and being okay with that, how that all is supposed to look and figuring out how to be okay in my shift. There's all these things that kind of transition in my life and not and keeping my head on straight, you know, keeping my head on straight in the middle of all of this, you know, that we can't never figure out, but it's always going on. And just staying present and in my experience, not taking myself out of the equation like it doesn't like it's not affecting me or I'm not affecting it, but you know, being a co-creator with this thing as it presents itself, which it does every single day, and learning to be okay with that, you know, because somewhere in my mind, you know, long ago I had came to this idea that you plan this life and it's going to be this way. Um, and you're going to have, you know, your happily ever after, and everything is going to be all is well that ends well, right? Not really fully understanding the part in which I play in developing what that looks like. Um, and that's just an awareness for me. Not everybody wants to. Not everybody is not. We're not all the same, you know. It's an individual thing, but these are just things that help my individual being, help my individual experience, um, and try to help somebody else. Nobody's experience is perfect. It is what we are creating it to be, and just trying to be a better co-creator. And doing that for me, it was like taking out some of the hard work, some of the confusion, and really being more like, okay, more attainable things, right? Yeah, more attainable things. Um, like I said, you know, before, in a previous video, sometimes when I get on here talking, I guess that's one thing I'm going to have to be comfortable with, especially as I'm trying to get better at doing this in real time, is that my thoughts may go all over the place, but I promise you at some point they do connect and they're all relevant to this experience. Our individual experience inside of a collective on this planet that we all share as an embodiment of ions.